Okay, very often financial conversations can tend to bring your mood kind of down a little bit, but this morning we're going to talk money and bring you up because you're going to get empowered with how you are using your money and how your money can work for you and it won't cost you a dime. Martina Guilfoyle is here. She is with CNE, Chattanooga Neighborhood Enterprise, gearing up for the Money School. I always love this conversation.
Yeah, me too.
Because there's so much to learn. You think you know it and then you discover something new.
Oh yeah, I think people don't know anything. We're not taught really money. Our families, we don't talk about it. It's taboo. It's not taught in school. So then you're thrown out in the world and all of a sudden you're expected to be a financial expert and make wise decisions, and sometimes we don't.
Right. Most of the time we don't.
Yes.
And besides, it's kind of like your eating habits. It's a habit. So what you know about money is what you're used to doing with your money. And you can't know until you're exposed to it that there are better alternatives out there.
Right. And so the goal is to try to help people make better decisions before they overwhelm themselves or get into trouble.
Okay. So let me start with the who, what, when, where, and why.
Okay.
So the where is April 9th.
April 9th.
The day at Brainerd High School.
Brainerd High School this year.
Then
we're just changing venue. It's a new venue, Brainerd High School.
But then your challenge is going to be how many people do you take with you in your arsenal, because there's so much to go and be a part of. You almost want to divide and conquer.
Yeah, we have, well, it starts at 9 and goes till 2, and I think that there's 3 different tracks, of blocks of classes, and during that time I think there's about 5 different classes every hour offered.
So if you have got teenagers or college students in your household, great time for them to come and learn some things.
Yes, we have a whole track just for teenagers. It's called Adulting, and so it's really, again, to try to get teenagers to understand money before they go out in the world and they might make some poor decisions.
You have something on improving your credit.
We have improving your credit, we have buying a home, we have budgeting, we have preventing elder abuse, we have reducing student loan debt, insurance, all different kinds of insurance.
So there are probably people listening to you thinking, okay, yeah, but I've heard that before. I know to pay off my highest interest rates first, and I know to put money aside for me first. But then what you've done this year, and explain this, is that you've got these kind of hands-on virtual applications, right, where people can go?
Yeah, so this year I'm really excited. We're doing something a little bit different. You know, we offer financial coaching throughout the year. Anybody can come and get free assistance, either whether they want to, whatever their financial goal is. It might be reducing debt, improving their credit, savings. But what we notice a lot is that people come in and I think they get overwhelmed by, there's so much to do to improve my credit, or I don't really know how to start to work on a budget. And so we're having, with the Brainerd Computer Lab at the high school, we're actually going to have financial coaches available for people to be on the computer, and they can actually create a budget there with the financial coach, or they can go into the credit system and start working on improving their credit.
Is a mistake that a lot of us make, Martina, is in not factoring in enough of a cushion for the life that's just going to hit. You know how you think, oh, I'm going to have this much money left over, and you forget that the cat's going to get sick, or you're going to lose a tire, or life's going to get in the way.
I think that there's budgeting, there's understanding needs versus wants, and I think many of us want it when we want it, and we kind of live on the edge of not savings. We haven't developed that pattern. But I also think that sometimes income is a challenge.
Yeah.
And so how do you increase your income? Some people are really great at budgeting, considering how much money they earn. And so for those people, it really is job training and looking at options for how to increase their income.
I guess a lot of it can be conditioning, because you get used to, it's like the old saying that if you have a lot of different chairs in the room, each chair will be occupied with something. But if you just have the one closet, it all gets put away. Sometimes the more money you make, the easier it is to justify spending it.
Yeah, you have to go with that old adage, pay yourself first. And so there is a session on investing in retirement. So I think for a lot of people, retirement is that place so far out in the future, but the way that you really you should be thinking about retirement is pay myself first, and that's the number one thing, so that I know that when I retire, when I get into my gosh, I don't know, it looks like it's almost late 60s now before you can get Social Security. So
I only have about a minute and a half left. You did touch on student loans. I'm sure there are a lot of young people out there thinking, well, are they going to eliminate my debt? We don't know, so better to go ahead and have a plan to pay it back?
Yeah, I think it's really good to, the people that we have coming to talk about that are very knowledgeable. They service student loan debts. And it's been the people, we've offered this class before, and the folks that attend really get a lot out of it. And sometimes parents attend as well, because either they've co-signed or they're trying to prevent their kids. They kind of want to know ahead of time.
When people come to the high school, you mentioned the different tracks, a minute left. Can they just kind of mingle in and out, or do they have to choose one and stick with it?
No, you can go in and out as you would like to.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the whole foundation of CNE was to do just that, was to build strong neighborhoods through home ownership.
Strong neighborhoods and financial prosperity for all of our people. Yeah.
So that's the aim of this. I just love having you here. I wish we had the whole hour.
Yeah, me too.
It's always fun. So April 9th at Brainerd High School is the place to be. If you ever want to learn more, by the way, you can just Google Chattanooga Neighborhood Enterprise, CNE, and you'll see all these resources. But to register for this one, go to moneyschoolcha.org. It's no cost.
Correct, it's all free.
But they do want to have a head count to know who's going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, you can show up the day of, which would be fine, but we'd like people to register.
Great to see you, Martina.
Thanks, Julia.
I feel money jingling in my pocket already.
North Spring.